So I just got done reading one of the coolest thriller books that I've read thus far, and that is coming from both the Dresden Files by Jim Butcher, as well as some of the Warhammer Crime novels from the Warhammer Crime series. This one by far stands up there with them. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be talking about Dance with the Devil by Jason Brannon. Let's get into it. So I was actually lucky enough to first of all pick up this book from a convention. And I will say this now, conventions are, once again, very great places to meet new authors as well as find new and very interesting and unique books. There are just some things you can't really find in a library or in a bookshelf unless you're really scouring around. And once again, meeting self-published or independent authors really nails the fact that you can just find any kind of unique story. This is one of them. So, Dance with the Devil falls in the perspective of Solomon Sharp, a private eye investigator in the city of Valley Falls. And Solomon, at this point in his life, is not doing too well. He's a divorced man and father, as well as coming back from severe ear PTSD in wartime, and especially his most recent case that he'd just done after waking up bruised and possibly with a cracked rib after investigating a case from a concerned husband who had found out that his wife was cheating on him with another guy, and the person knew Muay Thai. So automatically you can tell that Solomon Sharp is already I want to say relatable character, because who has not had that moment where you've woken up feeling like you've just gotten beaten to a pulp? I mean, that's just life for you in some cases. But Solomon, once again, gets the chance of a lifetime to up his career when he gets a unique letter from an individual known only as the Devil, saying that his daughter has been kidnapped. And as such, he's putting him on the case of the known serial killer known as the Angel Maker. Because apparently the Angel Maker is a severe rival to the Devil. And as such, the Devil wants to use Solomon's skills to take the Angel Maker out of commission. Throughout this entire novel, you feel the tension and the urgency as Solomon is trying to solve this case because he does not know whether his daughter is safe or alive. He knows that she's alive, but he doesn't know that she's safe. And that puts him on edge because he is rapidly running around trying to solve this whole case, meeting contacts in seedier locations, scouring around the city. And one of the things I like about this is the sheer scope of this city. Valley Falls, the city that Solomon works in and lives in, you get the sense that it's not a happy place. It's riddled with crime, underground cults, and even just massive power groups operating in the shadows, which make even the government pale. If I were to compare this to any other fictional city, I would say the closest ties would be either Gotham City or Hub City from DC Comics. And if I'm going to be completely honest with you, I feel like Hub City from the Question comic book series would be a close match to what is described here in Valley Falls. It's not a place you want to live in because the corruption runs deep. Hell, the funny thing is, a little bit a side note here, Hub City in DC Comics is actually considered worse than Gotham. A smaller city is considered worse than a more popular city with known supervillains running around. And that is a terrifying thought. So, throughout all of this, Solomon, first of all, finds out what's going on with his daughter, finds out the identity of the Devil, as well as goes onto the trail of the Angel Maker, finding out of the many different cults and groups within. And it is so insane with the detail that Jason Brannon does to really dive into this world just from a short book that's only 178 pages. That just shows you the signs of good writing, and I really am excited to read more by this author. Honestly, Solomon was definitely a relatable character, and also I love how he has two tattoos that he talks to, like the angel and devil on his arms. One of them being a Hawaiian girl who acts as his angel, and a death's head tattoo that acts as his devil, both of whom he talks to as a way to kind of cope with his PTSD. and also as a way to kind of represent his consciousness in a way. Because Solomon himself is a very, very kind of broken character. Not really in a bad way, but you definitely tell he's not a perfect human being. He's had a lot of mental issues. Hell, it even states how in the past, when he was still together with his now ex-wife Jenny, he was a profound alcoholic, as well as was found cheating with another woman when, by his wife. She found out about it, and thus had to divorce in order to get away from him. And we see the fact of how the consequences of his actions have come back to bite him a lot of times. So we know that he's not a perfect human being. He's not this indomitable hero. But he tries to do what he can and tries to do the right thing. And I personally respect the author for doing this, because it's one thing if you have a character who's just so noble, right, that like they can do no wrong. But a lot of us readers can probably connect more with the more humane and more flawed character type. And that is something that comes out really well with Sharp here. Also, I love when he goes with this fellow investigator named Hammett, and the guy actually calls him Sharpie. I know, kind of a dumb joke, but it did give me a little bit of a chuckle. So throughout all this, we learn that Solomon is also the son of a very rich CEO known as Alphonse Sharp. And over the course of this, you can definitely tell that there is a strained relationship there with his father, especially due to him trying to push him to become the heir to the new family business. And you can tell that Alphonse really wanted Solomon to do this, but all in all, one of the things I did like was that the identity of the devil actually being Alphonse Sharp, and having Solomon figure this out, especially after finding his daughter, Emily, just sitting there, playing chess with Alphonse. So all of that stress meant nothing, because all this time, Emily had been safe. Really sends Solomon over the edge, and I like how he just absolutely snaps at his father right before his dad activates a rage moment and kicks the crap out of his own kid by kicking him in his already probably cracked ribs. Like, dear Lord, talk about a weird family dynamic. Overall, though, it just gets more and more messy with Solomon's family the further you go. But I liked the whole reveal that it's not someone who you thought it would be. Like, you see that Alphonse Sharp is running around with the criminal groups. But to have him be revealed as the devil, the one who would threaten Solomon in the beginning, with the kidnapping of Emily, really goes to show just how crooked some of these families can be and just how much they're willing to do to manipulate someone to do their bidding. But Solomon stands out as probably the one good person within this family. Emily is at least another bright spot, so there's that. But, irregardless, finding out the Angel Maker, his whole reasons for what he's doing, his heavy religious iconography, especially with the victims that he does, is so sick and twisted, but ultimately very well done. You want this character to get found. You want this character to be brought to justice for his crimes, especially some of the detail as described here with one of his victims. It's just absolutely mind-boggling, and you really get a very vivid and very graphic picture from it. But all in all, despite the fact that I have not read many thrillers, this one is definitely going to be a favorite for me. So, with that being said, let's dive into the final score, even though you all should already know what I'm going to give it. As you probably guessed correctly, I'm going to give Dance with the Devil a solid 10 out of 10. I'm actually going to be very eager to read more of Jason Brannon's works at some point, once I get my own TBR list like way down, of course. Then again, I'm sure a lot of you dealt with the same issue. You really want to dive into this next author, but at the same time, you got to finish what you've already got. Anyways, despite, once again, the briefness of this book being only 178 pages, it will grip you from start to finish, and I cannot recommend this enough. Jason Brannon did a fantastic job with this, and I cannot wait to read more of his works in the future. Anyways, if you guys like this video, feel free to leave a like, comment, and or subscribe if you're interested for more, as well as also check out my playlist of other indie authors. You might find someone you never thought you'd be interested in. Or if you want to check out more of my widespread book reviews, feel free to click on that playlist as well. All in all, thank you all once again for listening. This is Rambling Collector signing off for now. And keep reading, my fellow readers. Have a great day.